Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and tonight I'm going to play a bit more Monomyth. Why? Because there's at least 2 other games that I'd like to play more. But while I've been coughing and choking and sucking on a variety of throat lozenges for the last few days, I did get rather bored and played some more of this game off camera. So I'd like to go over what I've discovered now. If I can just get away from the waterfall and get a bit of quiet. Because obviously this is more like repeating things, it's not entirely fresh. And also, since I did just start coughing and spluttering again, I'm now sucking on another throat lozenge tonight, so there may be less commentary than usual. And if this episode ends up being entirely rubbish, I may just have to scrap it and record it again another night. So, we're going to try and lighten the load a little. We're going to put our mace and shield away. And we'll strip off our medium armour and replace it with these rather light levers. Now the goal is to utilise the harpy root, the featherfall potion, and a strange egg to make it up that waterfall. If I leap from a bridge over there, I will fall just short before the waterfall itself. If I can find an angle, something like this, there it is, I may just be okay. This is likely to take multiple attempts, so I will save the game. One moment, check how I'm recording. All good so far. No, I shouldn't. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 2, 5. Nope. Yeah! Oh, fuck. And there we go. Completely fucking wasted. Well, here we go again. And this is why I should have saved the fucking game. Right. So we're going to do it properly this time, allegedly. It seems to be that leaping from the very bottom there, somehow, in the water, is almost the only way in. But I know for certain I managed it somehow from here. Trying to get onto there, it just kind of jumps across anyway. Right, so stupid jump bollocks. That's what we should call this save. Because it's fucking stupid any dickhead should put something this hard in the game and make it required for success. Now, it may not be required. Fucking hell, you wanker! Right. Where the hell are we? Oh, we're on. Right. Okay. What the fuck? Jump, you dickhead! There we are, finally. Now, for something entirely optional, something this hard is fun. And there could be, you know, the guy who's watching, who made the game, could even be watching this going, it's not that hard. Well, apparently it is. If that sword is one of the 4 items like this mace will require, then it was incredibly hard to achieve. If it's something of significantly less importance, then it's okay that it's this hard to get to. And we have our small pouch of ancient moth dust. A bag of old brown dust. It is said that moth dust can dispel arcane effects, and it was even suggested by a viewer that I attempt this on this magical barrier. This barrier is blue, it is not green. We have encountered green magical barriers already. And indeed, the barrier is dispelled. The description of the moth dust remains until we mouse over something else. The Royal Sword, not Lysandrian then. Oh, is that? That was interesting. It looked as if the pommel was at a different angle in relation to us. Now this is a truly magnificent piece of equipment. Probably not one that Prince Perrin is ever destined to use, but I'm going to put it over here to remind us of how good it is. It would take a lot of skill points and ability score points to make it worthwhile. For now, we're better off investing in the blunt weapon skill. And it will be a little time. 62, yeah. It would be a few levels before these would outmatch this. Additionally, levels are few and far between at the moment. And now we're going to return to the fortress. A lengthy and troublesome path, but one we shall achieve. Was it worth it, all the same? Well, if you're playing a sword build and can somehow manage to jump, probably with magical consumable items, then that is a very worthwhile item to get hold of. Game, I'm right here. Seriously. Whoa, I clipped inside the ground there. That was bad. Haven't seen that before. It may be a highly valuable item that can be sold. For now, though, I'm clearly wanting to head... Ooh. How do I get up? There. Is my position off? Why is this bridge showing in the wrong place? That bridge is... These are the overhead bridges on the map. I see. That is indeed how I will get back. My intent is to visit the sewers, to find the thief, who has stolen the papers of his lordship, and return them to him. This will be challenging because I will need to defeat the fishman in the tunnel who does not get stuck on the architecture, and who attacks rather relentlessly. To that aid, I have a large amount of bandages, and a cunning notion. The fishman roars slow me down, but I have these strange eggs. Which may counter that. In fact, because I tried off screen, I bloody know they did. It's basically a guided tour of the sewers. And it is what it is. I'm not in my fullest health at the moment, so I'm wanting to get a video out. I hope you guys can enjoy it anyway. And appreciate this video for what it is. I discovered an area with some particularly deadly puzzles, fully explored that portion of the sewers, which does not contain the deadly room with like 4 or 5 slime monsters in it. So there appear to be separate sections of the sewers that are not entirely connected to one another. I also believe that red doorway might actually connect directly to the sewers. That doorway is not currently available in early access. Well, that's not entirely true. If I attempt to interact with it, I get a message that says this part of the castle is currently unavailable. So maybe if I do some quests, then it'll become available. But for now, there's a portion of the sewer that seems to connect directly to that door. It's also worth noting that I successfully explored the sewer with the other saves, so I'm not sure if Prince Perrin's going to be able to do it, as he's got a slightly more spread amount of skill points. Now, let's get down deep and dirty in the sewer and use our spellbook to conjure some light. In the previous episode, I was asked if this was the body of the thief on the floor. I don't believe it is. It looks like a broken barrel. But what I'm going to do is head in here. I will take the western tunnel rather than the... Ooh, that was a rat, wasn't it? Rather than the southern one. Fortunately, my compass still works down in these dark parts. I will follow this tunnel until it reaches a junction, and then I will head towards the fishman in the tunnel, who is particularly deadly. There should be a rat in this chamber. It's worth noting that the rats in the sewer seem to replenish. And now, rather than taking the western tunnel, I shall take the southern one, being careful not to alert the fishman to the west. My goal is that beast in that tunnel there. And as such, I shall save the game in the noise of battle. Save. Should have probably called it the clamour of battle or the din of battle, but hey. Noise is what it is. Right, you bastard. You have a propensity for getting stuck on scenery. Ow. Double ow. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to be doing that, wasn't I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you come down here. And I'm gonna come out. Oh shit, he made it out. I'll bandage up again. This one knows how to walk. He's worked out how his own 2 feet operate. There's a slime monster in there. Now, defeating that fishman opens up this tunnel, which is quite important for our investigations, as this gets us to most of the rest of this sewer section. Also, let's utilize some of our prepared food. And be grateful for our success. We have a passage leading off here to the west, which we will eventually take. And one to the east. For now, I feel... The eastern one is safer, but let us take the western passage for now. Okay, you slime. What a fucking waste. Now I've got to do it all over again. Okay, well if this fishman cannot be evaded, I might as well just fight in the tunnel itself. That slime is a real threat. Like the zombies. And that he appears to have a rather short... What the fuck? Reach. Apparently I pressed the inventory key instead of the number 1 hotkey when attempting to heal. And I was trying to work out what button I'd pressed by mistake. Well, that wasn't ideal. I've used a lot of... Okay. Get some queen's leaf up there, put this back here. That can go there. Get some king's leaf here. So king's leaf might have a slightly slower recovery or reset time than the bandages. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Fucking useless. Well, it is possible to go along that corridor without attracting that slime monster. Just not very. What is that? Right. Okay, so not a complete disaster. I'll take a healing potion on that one. And then I think that went well enough that I will save the game, so as to avoid too much more frustration. Okay. I'm sure the stupid jump bollocks save will come in useful later on for a particular save. Oh yeah, you fucker. Okay, good. We've cleared out that room. That is great. And we find a jeweled silver bracelet, which is quite nice. Not golden, but we'll take it. Now, bandages go back here. And yes, we'll put this back here. Okay. At this point, there's a wooden door. A wooden door is likely to keep any slime monsters at bay. Maybe even prevent any fishmen from wandering through and accidentally attacking something here. So we will blatantly be saving the game, because I'm ill, I'm not enjoying myself too much, and I want to get through this door. Hello, it's a man in a hat. You, mate, are getting kicked. There we go. Should have obviously done this earlier. Let's have a look at who we encountered. someone with a short sword. King's herb, not Queen's herb, unfortunately. And we apparently took some notes. While exploring the sewers, I was attacked by a man who appeared to be a member of the local clergy. I have found a document containing correspondence between several nobles. Its contents are incriminating, revealing what appears to be a conspiracy against the Lord of Lysandria himself. This could explain why he wanted those documents back. If he had them in the first place. In this case, I'm not sure that it was a thief who stole the documents from him, but rather he wanted to get hold of them while they were available in this exposed safe location, or rather that, a spy, Anyway, definitely saving after that. And now I'm really risking it. Hey, you! Oi! Fine, I'll have to do it myself. Oh, you're stuck. So I read on the forum that apparently these fish monsters are blind. And are very easy to sneak around, with even no ranks in their sneaky skill, especially if you use an invisibility potion. But apparently they have very poor eyesight. As well. They also give about 300 experience points each, so guess why I'm doing this. I'm not going to waste eggs on speed if they're stuck. It's probably going to roar, because they do have a good sense of when I'm back up to normal speed. Did the bandage just fix that, or was I out of his roaring range? Or did I interrupt the bellow with an attack? Normally up close it can't be interrupted. I rather wonder if I'm supposed to learn more of these fishmen in the future, so that they will later be identified and not just 3 question marks each. So now that I've cleared out most of the sewer, I'm not kidding, by the way, I could head back out the way I came, but I'm not going to do that. Because I have a mildly valid reason for doing otherwise, and that is to show you what else I found. Aside from combat, I'm not sure what constitutes experience points in this game. There's quest rewards, and I did open this box, didn't I? Yes. But we might also get experience points for visiting areas we've never been to before. Or other similar things. I'm going back because this room has 2 wooden doors. And I would like to secure both of them. Oh, dear. Blimey. I will say that having the light of the heavens itself to guide us in these dark parts helps free up a shield hand, so that we don't have to be constantly carrying a torch. Now then, this corridor takes a couple of turns before coming out in a room with a rat. We shall deal with it. Oh, hello, rat. You found a way out of the sludge. Excellent. Oh, almost had a little accident there on the desk. I'm okay. I will be going that way soon. We have another stone. GHJX. I can't remember if that correlates to the teleporter above in the castle. There is a fishman behind a gate, by the way. Wait, that may have been two of them. I have not found a way for this portion of the sewer to connect to that room on the other side of that gate. If you go too close to the gate, he rushes off in a hurry to try and find you. And goes around that way. And here we have a ladder ascending to a location we shall be visiting shortly. For now, though, and there's no interaction here, by the way. For now, we shall return. Oh, look, he's back there again. It's fine. Return to here. Probably another fish while we're at it, to be honest, because they're taking up pack space. Here we have a pair of large double doors that lead to another location. Let's pop in there briefly. The lighting here and colours of this place immediately remind me of the Castle Lake location I discovered with a ghost in it. There's a trigger on the floor. There's an empty chest. A rather obvious trap. Here is a chamber with a green spherical barrier around some manner of object on a plinth. Probably something we require or desire. And there are 1, 2, 3 other exits leading from this chamber. Now, if we take this turning to the right, there is a hallway, and orange pillars of probably harmful force seem to patrol this corridor at regular intervals. There are also traps that spew forth a form of green flame and traps that spew forth a form of red flame. This is a highly dangerous corridor. And traversing it involves taking rather a lot of damage. This connects to the same corridor. If running at speed, it may be a way to avoid that particular passing pillar. That is an extremely deadly area and involves just taking lots and lots of damage. Now, here we have a portcullis that is raised, one that is lowered. I think that's part of that whole area over that way that connects to the same thing. But as you can see, or it's separate. It looks very dangerous. There's a treasure chest in the middle. If I just crouch between the bars, it's a little more visible. It's not the same area then. Oh, do I need to Yes, there we go. Mm. I would not want to get locked in there for a moment, so I'm not going to step in that particular direction. Now, heading off in this path, we have a lowered portcullis and a raised one once again. This begins a gauntlet of puzzles which emerges by a return journey through, I believe, this portcullis here. I'm not going to do that just now. Those are fairly simple puzzles and don't involve taking as much damage as running around the hallways on that side. For now, though, I'm going to take these precious documents, and rather than risk death in lethal puzzles and placing the documents in an even more precarious position should someone desire to recover them, yes, ignoring how abusable the teleport shrine stuff whole thing is, I'm going back up into the sewers, which means that rat will have probably returned, because I want to point out that these stairs here head up to this lowered portcullis where there is a lever on the far side and a red barrier that looks suspiciously like the one in the castle. It's the only red barrier in the game. Well, no, it's either that or there's two red barriers. Rat seems to be still missing, so maybe that doesn't count as leaving the sewer area. For now, though, we have a ladder we can take. Just to be clear, I'm going to do a quick search for any obvious secret door buttons. I don't see any obvious way of opening up this to connect to the room with the fishman in it, and for the sake of my health, that's probably a good thing. We shall now climb the ladder and emerge in some kind of barrel cellar. And the lozenge has expired, so I may need to get another one. That's probably a really good idea given the state of my health. One moment. I've been doing very well today, much better than the previous 2 days. But I'm not out of the woods just yet. There we go. The thing is now in my mouth and impeding my ability to speak once again. But it's making the ability to breathe much better. We're in the kitchen with this man. Hello, kitchen man.
What is it?
Hey, you're not supposed to be back here. Get out! You have the exact same face as almost everyone else down here who isn't dressed like a guard. We are in the underground tavern in the lower citadel. Don't walk away from me, my good man. I'm trying to talk to you.
Greetings, outsider.
Oh, the weight of
That voice sounds way too young for his face. Welcome to the drain, outsider. Ale is 110. If you want a room, you gotta look elsewhere. Okay, you got no rooms. Just food and drink, then?
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yep, just food and drink. Right. Let's sell you some moldy bread.
Everything yourself these days.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Here we go. Now we're doing pretty nicely for experience points so far. It says no Wastelanders on the sign. I thought it would be the name of the pub. Oh well. Let us take these papers back to his lordship, and why not have our breath stink of fish? That was cooked ages ago and has gone cold. Maybe we could reheat it by the fire a bit, just to replenish our health back a little bit more. At the top of this ladder there should be a blue fountain. And indeed there is.
Damn Wastelanders.
I have been through that door. It's a church. There was nobody present, no priests. I suspect I'll be returning there later. Do I have anything to say? Well, haha. I have a nice sword and a really nice sword. I mean, 50... It's not that different, you know. If I invested in stats of this next level, I could be drastically closing the difference between this and the Morning Star. Oh. My gear is looking a bit bashed up. I'll mend this a bit, sell it. And then, you know, I'll sell the air stock as well. I believe I was getting an air stock confused with a foil previously. Oh, shit, right. Yeah. That'd help, wouldn't it? Good enough.
Huh? You better have something good. I need to keep my wits together.
Good is debatable, but there you go, my good man. Oh. This as well.
You never know. Fine. I've seen enough anyway.
Now to try and find our way to his lordship's chambers. It's somewhere up here. Because we came down this way initially on our way from his chambers and found the blacksmiths on our way back out to the main front gate. That doorway is still locked. I've not been able to get behind it. It may be accessible through the sewer, but there might also be other means of getting there. I include the lower keep in the sewer there. It's sort of like... because there's ways down from up there. Ways up from down there, you know. still suffering. Bear with me, guys. Not long to go to turn this quest in, and then the episode will be pretty much over. Oh. This should be it. Actually, no, I did it with both saves, because I encountered a bug. Alright, let's just head on in. But I am going to blatantly save the game first, because of the bug I experienced. I cannot remember the Lord's voice.
Do not touch me. I am of noble birth.
Do you have the letter? Here it is, and proof of the courier's death. Excellent. You do indeed possess a certain talent. I'm glad I haven't misjudged you. Here, take some money for your trouble. Now that I'm assured of your loyalty, I'd like to introduce you to our actual dilemma. Well, I could say your task was enough for me. I don't want to hear about it. At which point, what? Would I sort of deadlock my progression? Then again, how much more progression is there in early access? At this point, I don't think it's very much for now. Tell me about it, my good man. As you may have noticed, the central tower of Fortress Lysandria is sealed. Lord Hadrius has called the army into the inner sanctum and locked the gates. No one goes in, and no one comes out. This situation has been ongoing for quite some time now, causing us a great deal of trouble. The army is needed outside the gates, and truth be told, we don't even know if His Majesty is still alive. The former members of the Council of Nobles have decided to open the gates. The letter you brought us was about this matter. However, there's a little problem. Wait. The letter you brought us about... So, the opening of the gates is a betrayal? And somehow it's a betrayal of Lord Belric. What is this problem? Our dear friends over at the Cathedral, the Order of the Seventh Oath. Devoted to their Lord and Master, they won't allow us to disregard Lord Hadrius's will. After all, he himself sealed the gate, and his word is still law, especially if one is fervently devoted to him in religious zeal. Does he want me to go and depose the ecclesiarchy? All of them? We were told there was some strange cultish behaviour going on over here. The gate can only be opened through a mechanism that requires a set of ancient Lysandrian artifacts. One of these artifacts is here in this estate. The others are stored in various ceremonial chambers beneath the fortress. Indeed, I believe I've recovered one of them already. Unfortunately, we can't retrieve these artifacts without drawing the attention of the Seventh Oath. And this is where you come in. I suppose I'm supposed to bring you these artifacts. Exactly. The matter is not without its dangers. There have been a lot of problems in the caves beneath the fortress lately. However, once the gate is open, I'm also prepared to release your Bufrian friends. I don't pretend you have a choice in this matter. Won't, not don't. I won't pretend you have a choice in this matter. Instead, I will entrust you with our artifact. You will find it on the upper floor at the end of the left wing. The guards will unlock the doors for you. Feel free to move around the estate, but please keep your hands to it just cuts off here. But if we click on this and go up, not down, but up, we get the word yourself, which is obviously what the sentence was due to end with. I will end the conversation. If you end the conversation without exposing word yourself, that might be what causes the bug. So, initial thoughts would be the left wing of the castle. However, upon reconsideration before heading out the door, you should think the left wing of this building here. So off we go to the left.
You gotta do everything yourself these days.
Where this guard, who was standing in the doorway blocking it, has now moved aside. I discovered a rare and hard to recreate bug where he would stay standing here and not move out of the way to allow me to pass. However, if this occurs to any of you, where the Lord tells you that the guards will unlock the doors and let you through, and this guard refuses to move, simply go out through the doors downstairs and come back in, and it refreshes the area and the guard is now in this position.
Always something.
This guard can also get stuck in the middle of this corridor. There's a library through that door. It's not where we want to go. That important looking metal door over there is where we wish to go. And you will notice the blue magic light shining through the walls here from the other side. We will head inside. We shall open this door. We will go inside, and there, upon this plinth, is the Lysandrian bracelet, very red. There are lots of chests and caskets in this room, and if I were a fool who did not heed the warning to keep my hands to myself, and the fact that there is an armed guard outside, I would tamper with them. I have not done that off camera, and don't intend to do so now, as I'm playing a somewhat more honourable character. There's a round shield similar to my own, and a short sword there. I'm going to head out of here before examining the bracelet we have recovered. Thank you, guard. Because, just like the Lysandrian mace we discovered, it can be equipped. And unlike all the other bracelets we have discovered, this one is a particularly nice one. It is unfortunate that the Lysandrian mace doesn't have particularly desirable qualities. But this bracelet, on the other hand, it's very fancy. An ancient Lysandrian artifact, this jeweled bracelet holds a spell that, when combined with the other artifacts, can open the gateway to the inner sanctum. It gives 7.5 slashing defense, 5 bludgeoning, piercing and aura defense, 10 cosmic defense and 5 divine defense. And, for some reason, when we wear it, as we are about to do, we also gain a +2 bonus to cognition. And I think the description of cognition says it helps protect against the numbing effects of divine magic, so that is interesting that 5% divine defense correlates to 2 points of cognition, so increasing it might give greater divine defense. I think it may be on the left wrist, adding a reddish glow to the inside of this shield. Or that could just be a lot of rust or damage. At this point, we've pretty much reached the limit of my off-camera exploration, and that's a good thing. I think I may go repair my gear off-camera, because it's probably not the most entertaining viewing, and I'm not at my healthiest right now. I also suspect I've taken a wrong turn somehow, but I'll find out shortly. Yeah. Well, I got to where I was going anyway. So I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we are still a good long away from 14th level. It is apparently very hard to get above 14th level in this early access version with the amount of content that is available. So my feeling is that I'm not far off having explored almost everything at this point. I will say, rather hilariously, that I cannot remember where I got the moth dust from. You're fucking kidding. I just saved over that save. Well, fuck. I was trying to load it. Yep, yes I did. Well, we can correct that briefly. I may have lost a bit of progress, but here we go. And, there we go. This is in here, yep. I cannot remember where I found the moth dust, and Princess Althea has been completely unable to find any. So she has not been able to make the jump for that royal sword, and she is purely sword skilled rather than having some skill with swords and maces. So I'm going to head off back now to the shrine and give her level that I did after, yeah, before I accidentally saved over her save file. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, I mean, there's some red rust on the back of this shield. Oh, but she's got the bracelet too. One moment. I was trying to work out if the bracelet was displaying on the character model at all. I don't think it is. It's just like when attacking, the arm is always naked. We don't get to see the body armor on the arm. We get to see the gloves. If I just take that off a moment. There. See, we get more defined nails. Put the glove on. Less so. But the actual arm itself is a bit weird. Right, well, while I find my way back to a shrine and level, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everybody. See you all soon.